Let's check in on Fox News Sunday, Shannon Bream's Sunday show, where Democratic Senator Chris Murphy comes on, does a pretty darn good job, makes some points to Fox News viewers who don't hear it very often. And then Lindsey Graham comes on after that and seems drunk in the morning. So we will compare and contrast two senators on the same show, on the same morning, very different vibes. Let's start with Chris Murphy.
Okay, so we're going to talk to Senator Graham in a few minutes, and I do think there are places that you guys have some agreement, body cams and those kinds of things. Seems to be some bipartisan buy-in. Now, Tom Homan went to Minneapolis this week, said he's trying to turn down the temperature there. He says, yes, states don't have to cooperate, but where they do, it can be helpful. Here's what he said.
The more agents we have in the jails to arrest these people in the safety and security of a jail, it's safer for the officer, it's safer for the alien, it's safer for the community. So one agent can arrest a bad guy in a jail rather than sending a whole team to the community. And with all the hate and rhetoric and attacks, then we got to send another team for security.
Sorry, I just want to make sure, just so everyone understands, what are the words just here?
Community, and with all the hate and rhetoric and attacks, then we got to send another.
The rhetoric, the rhetoric tax. They're like, it's an extra, it's like a Reddit tax. If you use Reddit, you have to get extra tax.
Look, it's very Smith. There's no, I've noticed in the media.
Every time, it's so good. It's so good. I think he's saying all the hate and rhetoric and attacks. Just the quickest break from the video to request that you click the subscribe button. As you know, that's an important way to boost the message that we deliver to a larger audience, which is very important. Helps us out, but it's completely free on your end. Just by clicking that subscribe button, you help support our work.
Sending a whole team to the community, and with all the hate and rhetoric and attacks, then we got to send another team.
Rhetoric. Okay,
for security. So what one agent can do in a jail, we got to send 15 or 16 guys to do.
So does that sound like a reasonable step to you? People who are in jail going to be released by a state or locality. ICE has said we got a detainer on this person. We think they're removable. Let one agent go in to the jail versus what we're seeing on the streets of Minneapolis.
I mean, come on. We're still pretending that ICE is going after dangerous people. They aren't. Right now, 70% of the people that they are detaining have absolutely no criminal record. What is happening?
DHS says 70% of those they're arresting, and that's their number, do have some kind of criminal record.
What is happening in Minnesota right now is a dystopia. ICE is tear gassing elementary schools. It is disappearing legal residents into cars. It is murdering American citizens. ICE is making this country less safe, not more safe today. That is an emergency. That's why today 60% of the American people vehemently disagree with what ICE is doing, and we have to address that emergency right now. The Constitution is being abandoned by this administration right now as we speak, and so our focus over the next 2 weeks has to be reining in a lawless and immoral immigration agency in this nation. That's work that we have to do in the next 2 weeks. Hopefully it's work that Republicans and Democrats will be able to.
So that was great, right? Breaking down very substantive points in a level-headed way, in a sober way, some would describe it as, which is like a synonym for level-headed and frank, but also is a term for something else. And that something else doesn't apply to seemingly to Lindsey Graham or Tom Homan. And now I'm going to compare that. All right, so Shannon Bream, same show, same day. Lindsey Graham comes on. And actually, before you watch that clip, this was him like the day before, or a couple days before, very recently, on Sean Hannity's show, and Asen said, I'm not going to say Senator Graham is drunk because that would be unprofessional.
But they got to see us fighting. We got to give them a chance to see the difference between us and liberal Democrats. In 2 weeks, we're going to have that chance. And I can't wait till John Kennedy gets on the floor and sticks it to them about the insanity of sanctuary cities.
I can't wait till he comes up here tonight.
So he's licking himself. He's licking himself a good bit. Like a dog. And then here was one other part from that same interview.
I want sanctuary city policy to end.
I want sanctuary policy to end. Okay, so you're thinking, who cares? Isn't Sean Hannity's show at like 9 p.m. Eastern or something? Sometimes you gotta get a little drunk before an interview. That's one thing. But then he's on the morning show. Let's see. Before we do that, let's see. Shannon Bream, Fox News, Sunday time. Let's just see. Broadcast Sunday mornings. Isn't that great? It did not tell me what time on Sunday. So I will just move forward. But Monday mornings before noon for sure. Let's see what's going on with him. Do you have anything to refute Chris Murphy?
Democrats say they're going to push for it.
Well, what we're going to do is, I'm not going to agree. That would grind it to a halt.
So we're already 4 sentence starters, 0 sentence enders in 5 seconds. Now, the only reason I'm laughing is because I want to, but that doesn't take away from that. If there's a problem here, I feel bad, and I'm sensitive to it, and it's a serious issue. I just think he's a mess. I'm not actually making any statements about what that is. So let's just have fun. I don't want to hear like, we just learned that he has a real problem. Oh, well, shoot. That makes it sad, but
I'm not going to agree. That would grind it to a halt. What we're going to do is, I'm not going to agree. That would grind it to a halt. If you had a judicial warrant and all these things, you couldn't deal with mass. We're not dealing with we're trying to get people out of the country who have no right to be here, Judge. Have people who are illegal immigrants. You remember Kim Davis?
I do.
Okay, who's Kim Davis, folks? Nothing to do with illegal immigration. Kim Davis was a clerk of court in Kentucky. The Supreme Court ruled that the law of the land was that gay marriage was legal. That gay marriage was recognized under the U.S. Constitution. If you didn't recognize gay marriage, you violated the Equal Protection Clause. She's a religious conservative. People applied, 2 gay guys applied for a marriage license. She said she wouldn't issue it, even though it was the law of the land. She went to jail. I was asked, what about it? Well, I agree with her political, philosophical, not her religious views, but she's a public official. She has to do this. You can't.
This is brutal. Her political, philosophical, well, not her religious views. No, he means her religious views. He's trying to say, I agree with her religious views, but as a matter of law, she's a public official and she should follow the law. I love the beginning when, well, I don't agree, and not to the. So the thing is, and that's what I'm doing. And my name is Rufus, and that's the Drufus. That's hold down. What's the thing that I couldn't remember the name of? That's a Bayou, tie you. I can't remember what it is. Reminder, everyone, I'm from the South. I can say these things. Okay. My underskin is hotter than Snow White.
Change the law because.
So my point is, I can say those things.
You disagree with it. She went to jail. She should have. I think it's a defining moment in his presidency. Ronald Reagan went to the Berlin Wall and he said, tear down this wall. He didn't say, could you make it lower? Biggest thing you could possibly ever do to the Mideast is take this regime down, and they're as weakest they've ever been since 1979. Mr. President, you can do it. I hope you will do it. And if you do it, this is Reagan plus.
Okay.
He's trying to say Reagan plus? What is this?
Do it. This is Reagan plus.
Okay.
The wheels on the bus of Reagan's bus, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the Reagan bus go round all through the town. Maybe don't use. Never mind. So that's a big difference, right? Chris Murphy, you're like, okay, he's explaining ICE is making us less safe. Here's the things they've done. Oh, here's your counterpoint. Lindsey's just kind of saying a lot of mumbo jumbo. Now, I guess his point is that the Kim Davis example substantiates how even if you disagree with a particular law, you have to follow it. But I don't think many people are going to notice the point he was trying to make based on his vibe. So I don't know. He does seem like he's in for. This is either really sad or kind of happy, which is he either had the most fun night of his life, right? Like if you start before a Fox interview at whatever, 9 p.m. and you're partying all the way through the night to the point where at like 10 in the morning for your next interview, you're still drunk. That could just be a real fun, like he's probably the maid of honor in a friend's wedding. And so he probably was at a bachelorette party and was like, tonight we don't have anything but party. And he drank, he drank, you know, the pink drink at Starbucks? He does a pink drink and vodka, which is psychotic, but he just definitely does that, and got hammered. And at the end of right after this Fox interview, all night he's been drinking pink drink. It's called, it's a drink from Starbucks, and vodka. And he walks out of barely cut to commercial and just is just pink all over Shannon Breen. And that could either be the funnest night of his life. He's the maid of honor of his life for his friend. He's doing the thing. Bachelorette party, great. He partied through the night. That's a one-time thing. Or he's spiraling and this is some really sad event. And he does seem in for that. Meaning, given his life, he's been the senator and then he totally humiliated himself. MAGA doesn't like him. Liberals don't like him. He completely lied about all of his views to get back in the good graces of Trump. He has to be Trump's little like lapdog bitch. And everyone's making fun of him for numerous reasons. He does seem kind of in for a public collapse. Just a real fallen star moment, you know?